This podcast was recorded on Gadigal land.
We would like to acknowledge the Gadigal of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of this land, and pay our respects to elders both past and present.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Welcome to High Stakes.
The podcast about the famous feuds, frenemies, and falling outs that have shaped pop culture. I'm Maddie Bogish.
And I'm Laura Marcia, and we are two Sydney-based journalists obsessed with all things celebrity gossip.
And we're doing things a little bit differently today, so welcome to our new weekly episodes called The Grill. Last week, we were so excited to be back in the studio taking a deep dive into the beef between Taylor Swift and Charlie XCX that we did completely forget to tell anyone that we were doing this.
Along with 2 deep dives a month, we'll be bringing you weekly updates about who is beefing in pop culture, so you can stay up to date with the feuding as it happens. It also gives us the perfect opportunity to give you little updates of the beef we've already covered as it happens.
Woo!
So that means that is 6 nifty episodes a month. What do you think, Mad Dog?
We're very busy.
Yes. But we're excited because we love doing this. So
No, it's literally our
Happy
favourite
days.
thing. We wanted more opportunities to get in front of the camera, actually.
yeah, it's so true. It's so true. We love attention. So this is great for us.
Very fun. So, Laura, what do we have on the grill? Or who? Who do we have?
Who's on the grill?
Who do we have on the grill this week?
Okay, so this week we have Hilaria Baldwin and TikTok, Justin Trudeau's ex-wife Sophie and his new flame Katy Perry, Ayo Edebiri being called Gen Z, and finally, friends of High Stakes, the Beckhams.
Wwelcome back, the Beckhams.
Welcome back, the Beckhams. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
First up, we have Hilaria Baldwin and her beef with online critics on TikTok. For those of you who don't know, Hilaria Baldwin is the wife of American actor Alec Baldwin. She's a yoga instructor, entrepreneur, a podcaster, and an author. She also co-founded a chain of New York-based yoga studios called Yoga Vida. Over the last few weeks, though, Hilaria has been a contestant on the US Dancing with the Stars alongside Robert Irwin, Whitney Levitt, and Jen Affleck, just to name a few.
Love Robert Irwin.
He's been great. He's been great. Also, fun thing is I started a new job and Robert Irwin started on Dancing with the Stars on the same week. And so I've been posting that video and writing about it. So my numbers have gone up like crazy and people think it's me, but it's actually just Robert Irwin.
I love that. At least you're honest.
So
Hopefully
true.
no one from your team listens to this.
They don't. Hilaria and her partner Gleb Savenko were the fourth couple eliminated from the competition after scoring 22 out of 30 for their dance on TikTok night. Shall we watch it?
Yes, please.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, let me get it.
I'm excited because I didn't
Oh
really
my
know
God,
anything
okay,
about this.
so fun.
Dancing the Samba. With her partner Gleb Savchenko, it's Hilaria Baldwin.
Anyway, she's doing pretty well, I think, but I can't dance, so...
Neither.
Okay, well, she looks great. She's doing her thing. So this is the song that Hilaria often danced to on TikTok, so it was only fitting that she did it for TikTok night. However, after the performance, TikTok has started making parodies of her because as she was doing her salsa, she's pointing. She's got those finger guns going. And it's funny. Like, it feels really camp. It's, like, kind of fun. So then because of this, TikTok has started doing their own version of her dance.
As they do.
Finger guns, of course. And at first, it seemed like she welcomed the parodies. And it seemed that way because she explicitly said so in many, many comments, but also when she posted a rehearsal video, she wrote, "Guys, I'm loving the parody. Just found this on my phone from last week rehearsal. Now do this one." And that's genuinely what she wrote in the caption. So
I find that so funny.
it's so funny because she also commented on a bunch of parodies being like, "Ha ha, I love this." So keep that in mind.
Yeah, that is definitely in mind. On the show's official podcast following her being booted from Dancing with the Stars, Hilaria said that there was a big problem with online trolling. She also addressed it in a TikTok video. Should we watch it?
Yeah.
Let's pull it up.
I would be remiss if I didn't address the elephant in the room, which is that there was some bullying going on aimed at me over the past few weeks. Very coordinated, strategic bullying. And as I feel the darkness that undoubtedly brings to me, I always want to remember that my life belongs to the whole community. And I want to leave a lasting mark of courage to speak up against what is simply wrong.
So the bullying that she's talking about, is that the online trolling that she's receiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, but I think specifically in this time she's talking about the trolling and the parodies and the discourse that has been kicked off from Dancing with the Stars, not the like long-running discourse that we've been seeing about Hilaria for a while.
Yeah, totally. And I guess the general consensus on the internet for that one is that they weren't really having any of it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But most of this comes down to the fact that Hilaria has become a bit of a target for internet trolls thanks to the controversy surrounding her claim or presentation of being Spanish or having a Spanish accent. In 2020, reports emerged showing her birth name is actually Hilary Hayward Thomas and that she was born in Boston, not Spain. When this all went down, the internet accused Hilaria of faking a Spanish accent or slipping in and out of it depending on the context.
Love English. I also love Spanish. And when I mix the two, it doesn't make me inauthentic. When I mix the two, that makes me normal.
We have tomatoes. We have, how does it mean? Cucumbers.
Anyway, yes, that was from Page 6. And despite the allegations that Hilaria is making up or putting on this accent, she has addressed the accent swapping, and she did so before the release of her show The Baldwins, which she referred to it as code switching.
Say that it's like communication, like people who, if you ever talk to like a really old person who cannot hear,
Yeah.
and you have to like, you
have to
like,
notice,
you're like, I'm gonna
emphasize.
emphasize,
Yes.
I'm gonna speak slower, and you're not even really thinking about it, you just start to do it. You know what it's called? Code switching.
So, given her previous controversy, it seems the internet feels enabled to poke fun at her. Do we think this is warranted?
I mean, look, bullying, never okay. Put that on the record. But I think in this context about Dancing with the Stars and a little pointy dance, she encouraged it.
Yeah.
And I totally get that, like, sometimes you want to get ahead of the joke and you want to feel in with the joke instead of feeling shitty about it. But I mean, you can't call it bullying when you were commenting on multiple people's videos being like, this is so funny.
That's true. I do think, though, there is something to be said about the online trolls that keep digging up her past and
Oh,
how much
yeah.
they can't. I mean, is she still? Oh no, but she was still code switching, as
This is
she
the thing,
calls
she
it, in
hasn't-
the Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
interview. So she keeps doing the thing that people want her to stop doing, and that's really what they're outraged about. They're not really outraged about her bad dancing.
Also, when she's addressing the code switching, that's what she's calling it. She's not like apologizing. She has said explicitly like, I am a white girl, but she's not like, she's not saying like, I know this comes off badly. I know this is going to make like, you know, first generation immigrants feel weird about me picking and choosing when I present myself as an immigrant, even though she's not. So I get why people are upset and outraged by this, because she's like a very well-off woman in the public eye who is picking and choosing when she goes, what do you say in English? That's crazy.
Cucumber is crazy.
Cucumber is crazy. I don't know. She's acting, and I can very much understand why people are pissed off by it. I think she's commenting about bullying from that rather than bullying from her pointy little dance.
That's what I think too. And where would we rate this one on the beef scale?
I'm going to go like a medium.
Yep.
I'm going to go medium, like medium, not even medium rare. It's just medium steak. Because Hilaria and the internet have been feuding for a while now. People just call her Hillary online.
That's her name.
It is her.
That's her birth name.
That's her birth name. But she said, Mama, I am Hilaria now.
Amen.
Hilarious.
For our next story, we have Katy Perry, Justin Trudeau, and his ex-wife, Sophie Grégoire Trudeau. One of the biggest stories in the entertainment cycle this week revolved around Katy Perry and former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. For some context, the pair was spotted smooching on the pop star's yacht back in September, but the pics were only released this week. Katy and Justin were also seen together back in July having dinner in Montreal before Justin was spotted in the crowd at one of Katy Perry's Lifetime's tour shows. At the time, a source said that they were seeing each other casually.
She's busy. He's busy, an insider shared to Page 6. They have a lot going on and the newness has worn off. But there's nothing negative about it. They just aren't in constant communication anymore. That could change, but for now, it is what it is. It has cooled off.
That is such a nice way to say, I think he's ghosted me.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, so although there was speculation about their romance before, now it kind of feels official with Paps capturing pictures of them hugging and kissing on a boat, which was reportedly off the coast of Santa Barbara in California.
Nice.
And this is what a witness said. She pulled up her boat next to a small public whale watching boat. Then they started making out. Oh, how does it feel to live my dream? I love whales. I didn't realize who she was with until I saw the tattoo on the guy's arm. And then I immediately realized it was Justin Trudeau. Do you think you'd be able to recognize Justin Trudeau just from his arm tattoo?
No, I didn't
don't-
even recognize him from looking at his face.
No, I was like, oh, I don't think he would have a tattoo. Anyway, I just never connect those dots. That's crazy memory, don't you think?
It was quite nice.
But I think they're like a fun couple together. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. What do you think?
I think the lioness doesn't concern herself with the relationship between a former politician and a pop star who thought it was appropriate to go to space.
No, totally. A good time to remind everyone to listen to our Katy Perry versus the Nuns episode because we have thoughts.
No, totally. But I do think, Katy hasn't had the best run
Yeah.
with the men. Russell Brand, Orlando. I mean, to be fair, the breakup between
They're
her
pretty fine.
and they're okay, aren't they? They
Yeah.
co-parent beautifully.
Let's just say she had a rough year.
She's had a really
Pretty
rough
rough
year.
year.
She did get to go to space, though, and she told everyone about it.
And that was a bad call from her. But still, hey,
As long as she's being treated well,
amen.
and that's all we care about.
Yep,
I don't really know much about Justin Trudeau's politics, so I can't get into that.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So, of course, with any new celebrity romance comes some whispers of beef, especially since Justin was a public figure who left his wife, Sophie Grégoire, in 2023. The pair also share 3 children together, Xavier, who's 17, Hadrian, who's 11, and Ella Grace, who's 16. So, when these pat pics hit the media, all eyes went on Sophie's social media, and she'd posted a cryptic message about how love was not meant to be kept.
Do you find that sometimes we forget that nothing we love was ever meant to be kept? The people, the places, even the moments that once felt, infinite, right? Time asks us to not cling to them. And yet we do, I do, because to hold on feels safer than to let go.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a bit teary.
right. So why'd you walk us through?
I
How
just
you
thought it was
feeling?
really beautiful, and she's obviously doing that for herself
Yeah.
to remind herself that she's not that upset about Justin and Katy.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily
Do not.
that. No, we're keeping that in. We touched on something here, I feel. I think it's beautiful as well. But part of me was thinking like, well, what's all this then?
Yeah, true.
Also, only because in the video as well, it just has this like above her, she's saying this beautiful thing, like love is back. What she says is very nice. But then it just says Sophie. And it really got that. I was thinking too much about that.
Yeah, I don't know. The
I think
bit where
is it
she
her
mentioned
branding and
her
we-
dad, I think
Oh,
it just
that
felt
got me,
all very inspirational. And also it's 6 a.m. and I haven't had anything to eat or drink. So it's
She's
like,
feeling fragile.
I'm very fragile. But yes, in the video she
Yeah.
said, the people, the places, and even the moments that once felt infinite, time asks us not to cling to them, and yet we do. And she's a former TV host, so you can tell that's how she's so eloquent. Then in the caption, Sophie wrote, "Nothing we love is meant to be kept forever. People, places, moments, they're all meant to be lived, not possessed. The beauty is in the being there, in the shared laugh, the quiet glance, the heartbeat of a place before it changes. Connection isn't something we hold, it's something we feel while it's here. That's the real magic, presence with a little star. Let yourself love what's here without trying to make it stay." So what do we think of that?
Of her statement? Beautiful.
Yeah, would you say that there's beef here, or do we think she's just trying to protect herself? This is an act of self-protection.
That's exactly what I think. I think there is no beef here. I think the beef is uncooked, if not unkilled. I think like
It's still mowing in the paddock.
I think there's no beef. I think, yeah, self-protection's a really good way to put it.
So for story number 3, we have Ayo Edebiri being called Gen Z. Actress Ayo Edebiri wants to make it entirely clear that she is not a Gen Z, and you may know the actress for her work portraying chef Sydney Adamu in the comedy drama series The Bear, for which she's won a Golden Globe for.
Rightfully so.
Now, for the purpose of this, a millennial is someone born between the early 1980s and mid-1996, with the birth years commonly cited as 1981 and 1996, and Gen Z is 1997 to 2012. However, the age parameters aren't always clear-cut depending on who you ask, which is why we are millennials with a Gen Z rising.
Absolutely. But back to Ayo, during an interview with Refinery 29 for the press run of her new movie, The Haunt, which she stars alongside Andrew Garfield, the interviewer says, "Ayo, I know you're technically a Gen Z." And then the 30-year-old actress corrects her. Shall we take a look?
Let's do it.
I know you are technically Gen Z, but you spiritually identify as a
I'm
millennial.
not technically Gen Z. I'm technically a millennial.
Oh, you're a very young millennial.
I'm literally turning 30.
And I'm a geriatric millennial.
Luca, when we started, and everybody kept calling me Gen Z, Luca kept being like, "Stop saying you're about to be 30. People need to think you are Gen Z." And they do. Yeah. Me and Rachel are always in articles that are like, "These girls who you think are young are actually turning so old. You never believe who's about to die at the end of this year because they're so old."
So funny.
She's so me and I'm so her.
I love her for that.
No, so good. Also, her hair in that clip is incredible.
Isn't it so
So
good?
gorgeous.
I love this so much. And to be quite honest, when I put it in, they're not really beefing. She's not really beefing with anyone. It was a simple correction. But as a millennial woman born in 1996, I'm constantly trying to convince people I'm on the cusp. And Ayo is out here waving her millennialism around like it's a badge of honor. Laura, you're famously 30 and a millennial. What are your thoughts and what are we rating this on the beef scale?
First of all, how dare you? Didn't know I was famously 30.
Famously.
Famously. Also, can I just say, when you turn 30, I'm going to give you so much shit. Anyway, so I too am on the cusp, and I think cusp is a state of mind. And I also think it's just arbitrary and doesn't matter. But maybe I say that because I'm tainted with the 30 brush.
It's true.
But no, I think honestly this one is so undercooked. Ayo just can simply correct someone who should have done their research before an interview.
I know. So funny though. I love it.
No, I love this too. I love this topic.
Even though I slandered you and called you
Absolute
famously
slander.
30.
Absolute slander.
Anyway. And for our fourth and final story, just in case you were worried you had missed something, the Beckhams are still feuding.
Yeah, and if you're not sure what we're talking about, we urge you to go to our deep dive on Nicola Peltz versus the Beckhams, $1 billion in-law drama.
Please go.
Please, we really unpack this whole thing. But however, as a top line, David and Victoria Beckham have been seemingly caught in this ongoing feud with their eldest son, Brooklyn, and his billionaire heiress wife, Nicola Peltz Beckham. This all allegedly started back in 2022, and it was reignited this year when Nicola and Brooklyn didn't attend David Beckham's 50th birthday party in May.
Fast forward to last Wednesday, and we have the premiere of Victoria Beckham's new self-titled Netflix documentary. Unsurprisingly, Brooklyn and Nicola were famously not in attendance.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
And it seems Miss Beckham is still very much trying not to exclude Brooklyn altogether. Per the Daily Mail, Victoria address occurs on Mayfair Cinema, where the premiere of her new documentary, Victoria Beckham on Netflix, was being held. She said, "My children, Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper, and David. Oh my God, he's not a child," she said playfully before adding, "I was doing so well without prompt guards as well." I love her.
I really love her. She's so real for that. And despite the gaping hole at the premiere left by the Peltz Beckhams, the rest of the Beckham clan, including David, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper, and Cruz's girlfriend Jackie Apostle, were there. As for the documentary itself, Nicola and Brooklyn only copped a 4-second feature with the footage showing the pair posing before Victoria Beckham's fashion show last year. What are your thoughts?
4 seconds is not much.
No.
I'm yet to see it. I'm really excited. It's weekend watching for me. Have you seen it yet?
No. My housemate was watching it and I was like, don't watch it. I want to watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Do you know, and it's okay if you don't, but do you know if anyone else copped more than 4 seconds? Because this, I know it goes through her rise in the fashion world and her trying to find legitimacy and covering like her most recent fashion show at Paris Fashion Week. But did the rest get more than 4 seconds? Because that feels like,
I think they did.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, that feels like a lot.
It is a lot, isn't it?
We can report back when we actually watch it because I'm really excited.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think also given the fact that Nicola and Brooklyn recently had a commitment ceremony, they got married again
Yes.
only recently, and the Beckhams were famously not in attendance to that either. I would say the feud is still going on.
Absolutely. I think we rate this one like a medium to well done beef. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's been sizzling for a while, and there are a lot of evidence to support that something is definitely happening.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think if anything, this has the most legitimacy out of all the beef we've talked about
we were
today.
really clutching at straws for all of them. Aside from this
Yeah.
one, we've saved the best till last.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's all we have time for today.
Thanks for listening. You can follow High Stakes on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts.
And don't forget, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at High Stakes Pod.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.